October is here with the new 40,000 gem giveaway. 5 lucky winners will each win 8,000 gems. Any platform can win. Enter in the description down below. Hello everybody, we are here with your Scylla guide. Scylla, being a mage, will be played in that mid lane. We'll be grabbing ourselves a Mage's Blessing, taking a look at their composition. A little bit of healing, but not a ton, so we're going to do our tier 1, going into our Chronos Pendant, Magical Power Tree, all this good stuff. Couple of healing pots, 3 mana potions, and a blink. Scylla is a big, fat, burst damage mage that doesn't have the best early clear, but has some of the best mage team fighting in all of the game. And she is extremely reliant on hitting one specific ability to hit up all of your damage, and that would be her 1. So right off the bat, we're going to talk about Scylla 2 and her passive. Her passive is really easy. Each of Scylla's abilities gain an additional effect at max rank. In addition, Scylla gains 25 magical power for each max rank ability. So in other words, when you get your ability to max rank, they're going to have a bonus effect. And when you get them to max rank, they're going to give you an extra 25 magical power, meaning that Scylla actually gets plus 100 magical power just by being level 20.
Enemy missing.
So sorry.
So at the start of the game, we're going to throw out a crush there on the speed buff, and then we're going to walk away towards the mid lane, help us get to the mid lane faster than our opponent. We're going to let our crush sit on that speed buff for about 3 seconds before we pop it to make sure that we get credit for the entire speed.
You're right to be afraid.
Our second ability, it is it's a giant circle-based damage ability. Enemies within that circle are slowed by 30%. So if you're within that circle, you are slowed by 30%, and you click the ability one more time in order to pop it and actually do the damage. Now, common misconception, I don't know how this misconception got started, but I see it literally all over. Scylla 2 does not gain any damage from charging it. There is no such thing as charging a Scylla 2. So letting it sit here does not make it do more damage. If you pop it immediately, it does the same amount of damage as if you wait all 5 seconds that you can keep it on the floor. There is no such thing as a charging Scylla 2. What you want to do sometimes, though, is to leave it on the floor as a slow or as a zoning technique, but it does not actually give you more damage. That is not a thing. The ability that we grabbed at level 2 is our root. This is the most important ability in Scylla's kit, and it is very straightforward. Literally, it is a straightforward line ability. It hits a target, it does a little bit of damage, but most importantly, it is going to root the target and cripple them. That means they're going to be stuck in place, and they cannot use a movement ability to get out. They are just stuck there, completely set up for your next abilities. So if they want to get out, they've got to use a CC immune ulti, they've got to use beads or Aegis to try to avoid damage while they're in it. That's it. Our third ability is our getaway skill on Scylla. Right off the bat, this ability is going to show you move underground, but just like Hades, this is considered a leap. Okay, so right off the bat, I want you to know you can and will get Awelix pulled within this ability. Yes, it shows you under the floor, but it is still considered a leap. Just like Hades, you are susceptible to Awelix ult. Now, this ability actually has a couple of cool things along with it. So step 1, this dash ability is a 2-pronged ability, meaning you have to click it once and then a second time to actually do the dash. The first time you click it, it's going to throw out a little puppo. That little puppo is actually a ward. So if you look over here on the mini map, I've actually gained vision of that location. And if I click it again, I will teleport to that target location. I do have time to work with in this ability, so I do not have to teleport, or excuse me, I do not have to leap to my 3 immediately. You have got 5 seconds. This ability also gives you passive MP5 just for putting points into it. So right now I've got a passive for MP5. I gain vision because it's a little ward, and then the summon range changes a little bit. I'm gonna try to just run away from this because I can't actually use my dash to get away from that. I don't know why their entire team is at my red buff. That shouldn't be possible. But regardless, we gain the MP5, we get the vision on the 3, and then we can teleport within 5 seconds. Finally, we have our ultimate. Our ultimate is what Scylla is most known for. You go into your monster form. That monster form is going to make you CC immune, and you're going to start running around extra fast at a bonus 35% movement speed. And then you're going to slam down. It's got about a half a second charge up when you click it, and then you'll do damage at the target location. If you get the kill with this ability, it completely resets and you are allowed to use it again. She's the original ultimate resetting monster. So you can use it as many times as you're getting kills per click. Now each ability also has a bonus effect on it. We talked about that as part of our passive, and that bonus effect is listed on every single ability. So for our 1, I would argue the most important, speaking of ultimate resetting abilities, Achilles, the most important is actually our 1. Our root, when we get it max out, is going to become an AoE root. So not only does the damage gonna go up, not only is that root cripple duration gonna go up, but it also becomes 3 AoE. So when you hit the target, the 2 targets closest to it, assuming they are in range, are going to be root and crippled as well. Meaning you could potentially root cripple 3 gods all together if they are grouped up. Or you can use minions as a way to hit people right by them. Like if I were to root this minion and there was a god right by it, boom, it would have rooted him anyway. Your 2, when it reaches to max rank, becomes a magical protection reduction. Enemies within the area have their magical protections reduced, and targets hit by the damage are slowed for 1 second.
Enemy ultimate down.
So enemies within your 2 have their magical protections reduced at max rank, plus you get a little bit of slow after you pop the ability once it's max ranked. On your 3, probably the least important of all of them, at max rank, the vision is granted through line of sight. Blockers and placement range increases, so you can throw it just a little bit farther, and the vision is granted through line of sight. So it's fine, it's just not that important comparably to the other abilities. And then on our ultimate, the ultimate gets to go extra fast. So instead of being 35% bonus movement speed at max level, your ultimate will be 70% bonus movement speed. That is relevant. It's just going to help you get in range or get out of fights at the end of the game. Now for our build here on Scylla, you can see that we are going a very heavy CDR focused build. So we've got our Mage's Blessing cooldown boots, which is just standard for all mages right now. And then we're moving immediately into a Chronos pendant. Wow. Okay, that Chronos pendant is going to give us that 40% CDR, which is absolutely wonderful for Scylla because she has so much base damage. And really what you're looking to do in team fights is to spam your brains out on your 1. You can get it down to 6-second cooldown plus the Chronos pendant procs like 5 seconds, and you're going to be able to root cripple people over and over and over again. When you get level 13 is when you will have that root ranked up. So our level order for Scylla is 4, 2, 1, 3. We are saving our point here. We are saving our point here at level 8. So I'm gonna get the reset right there. You can see I got that kill. So I can get the reset. I can use my ability again, hit him with the root, hit him with the 2, bada bing, bada boom. So I saved my point at level 8, which means that now I can max out my 2 and my ultimate. So now my 2 gets the bonus effect. I gain 25 magical power because I've got an ability. all the way ranked up. And now my 2 has that protection shred on it, as well as the slow after I pop the ability on somebody.
I think I'll hold on to this.
Once again, on the level order, that is 4, 2, 1, 3. Notably, the one exception is at level 13, when we could grab another point in our ultimate, we are instead going to max out our 1, because that is going to give us that AoE root capability, plus an additional 25 magic power for fully ranking up another ability. One special thing about Scylla 2, that there's not many other abilities in the game that also work like this, is that you can pop it at any given time. Anytime. There is nothing that stops you from popping Scylla 2. So are you CC'd? You can pop Scylla 2. Are you in the middle of your dash animation? You can pop Scylla 2. Does not matter. It is always possible. Are you in the middle of your ultimate, about to come down and smack somebody with your ultimate? You can pop your Scylla 2. Doesn't matter. At any time, it is poppable. They had changed that a while back because it basically felt really bad to be playing Scylla, throw down your 2, die, and then watch somebody walk away from on top of your Scylla 2. It's basically why it got put into the game. Turn around and make sure I don't get knocked up by Awelix. So for Scylla, she is one of the better late game mages in the game still to this day. She doesn't thrive so much on Phoenix defenses like a lot of the other notable late game gods do. When you think gods like Persephone and Merlin, where they really thrive is that late game Phoenix offense and defense. Scylla doesn't so much need that Phoenix positioning to be at max effectiveness. She just needs the game to have gone a little bit longer so that she can rank up those abilities and start getting the passive power and all that kind of good stuff. So Scylla's always looking for a team fight, particularly level 13 plus. That's when you're going to be hitting your big power spikes. So we grabbed our Chronos Pendant early. We've got 40% CDR as soon as possible. Now for our third item, we are going to be going into a Rod of Tahoe. Rod of Tahoe is probably the most effective item on Scylla over any other item. She's probably the singular best god to utilize it as well. The reason for that is how Rod of Tahoe works is when your target is at a lower HP, they're basically going to take more damage. Because Scylla ulti is a reset and you want to be using it on targets that you can potentially reset it on, it means that you're going to have a larger range for you to potentially get that ulti and that reset. The more resets you get, the more ultis you get, the more kills you get, bada bing, bada boom. You're getting so much efficacy out of that Rod of Tahoe.
An enemy has been slain.
Always buy Rod of Tahoe on Scylla. You don't have to get it third. I'm getting it third this game because I feel like I'm going to need to do just a disgusting amount of damage. And I do not believe that they are going to get very tanky very quick. They have a Sobek solo, it seems, and an Achilles support. The Achilles has Sledge right now in boot, so I'm not super concerned about a lot of the damage output. Gonna throw down my ulti right there in the Discordia dash. She may be invisible, but I've got the entire circle covered, so it doesn't really matter now, does it? Because I got that little ulti reset, I just walk over and use my ulti to help clear the way. Gonna throw down my 3 here before I finish clearing this, so the second that I can clear it, I can jump away just in case somebody was coming. As it turned out, there was somebody coming. There was no Awelix. He has jumped over the wall and now he's a half HP. He might try to come back and blink on me, so I'm gonna keep my beads up, using that for vision so I can turn around. Then I'm gonna use it for the dash afterwards, and we're gonna be able to grab the kill there on Scylla. So that was a good utilization of kind of the things that Scylla's kit has to offer. I threw out my 3 for vision. Using the vision aspect of it, that allowed me to go around and hit him with my crush. And then after I waited a couple of seconds, Awelix made her way towards me. So instead of standing there and fighting him, I just used my dash to get over the wall and away from him again. Could he have tried to use his ulti on me? Yes. Was it a little bit fast for him to do it? Also yes. So now that I am level 13, you're going to see that while I can rank up my ulti, I'm going to max out my 1. I grab my second stack of Quick Learner for an additional 25 power. And now my root will root all 3 targets. So you can see it's going to basically kill all those melee minions instead of only hitting 1 melee minion. I'm going to start making some rotations around the map, looking for some action. I grabbed Aegis as my second active this game. If I was against a slightly less aggressive comp, or if I felt like we were doing a little bit better, I would have grabbed a Blink. Blink is extraordinarily good on Scylla. Same concept for Nox, where we sometimes get Blink on Nox if we're ahead. Being able to Nox in 2-1 on a target is really hard to counter. Same thing with Scylla. Blinking in and rooting somebody point blank, and then they're root crippled, and then you just follow up with the 2 will often kill those squishies. Very hard to deal with. But in this particular match, they've got a lot of damage. They are putting a lot of pressure on us, and so I'm just going to play it a little bit safer, and I'm going to get the Aegis. Now we're going to get our Rod Up Tahoe online, grab another Sentry Ward. I've got a ton of raw power now because I grabbed the Rod of Tahoe. I've got all my CDR, so I'm going to immediately go into making sure they can't just build tanky to counter me now. So I'm going to go right into the Obsidian Shard. Going to give me a bunch of penetration. Fantastic item. Don't got to worry about stacking it like a Karen's coin. All I want it for is for that pure penetration to make sure that just in case they start building a lot tankier as they get later in the game, it doesn't even matter.
You're right to be afraid.
For your standard ability combination on Scylla, you have a couple of options actually. One of the fun parts about Scylla is that you get some options. So your most standard combo that you're going to see is the 1-2. You throw out your root. If you hit your root, you land your crush, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Because if you hit the root, well, now they're standing still. You don't even have to worry about hitting the crush. Another option that you have is actually doing 2-1. I don't think you really need to do this so much anymore. The 2-1 combo used to be a little bit more popular when the Scylla 2 was a little bit harder to pop. The 1-2 combo is probably going to be your most efficient combo. If you're a little bit worried about hitting Scylla 1, if you throw down the 2 for the slow, it actually can help a little bit. But if you throw out the 2 and then the 1, you're going to find that people are more likely to use their getaway skills.
Careful middle.
So that's going to put you in kind of an awkward spot. Okay, I threw out my 1 right there. I knew it was going to connect, so I immediately go into my ultimate. I get my ulti down on 2 people. I'm going to try to hop over this wall away from the Awelix. I'm going to save my crush to throw down at my feet if I need to. Standing on the side still, just in case anybody tries to move their way in here. Looking for the Discordia and the Sobek. Unfortunately, not going to land on them. I'm going to hop over this wall. Keep trying to run away. I'm going to have to throw down a little root cripple all in the back to get them off of me.
An ally has been slain.
It hurts. Stop
Could have been better, could have been worse. Another combination that we got to use during that fight. If you're feeling like you're going to get a bunch of guaranteed damage off with it, or you can immediately reset, there's nothing wrong with throwing down your root right into your ultimate. Bada bing, bada boom. You saw we got the Awelix and the Achilles grouped up in that last fight. So I rooted. I was confident my root was going to hit, so I preemptively ulted. And then I hit him with both. Now, in the absolute best case world, right, in your perfect case scenario, right on paper max damage, your max damage is going to be throwing out your 2 first, rooting them into 2, popping your ultimate while your ultimate is on its way coming down, hitting your 2 again to put them into the threshold range. That combination is not going to happen very often. You know, Smite's not necessarily about what's on paper the best thing, but theoretically, your absolute best combination is your 2 comes out. As your 2 is coming out, you throw down your root, and then you ulti right on the target, and you pop your 2 before your ulti hits. It's pretty crazy to use in the middle of combat. Every once in a while it'll happen, and that target/targets will be absolutely roasty toasted. But for the most part, it's probably going to be more along the line of 1-2 pokes, getting people down to half health, and then simply just killing them with your ultimate. Backing up for my full Ob Shard and a Sentry Ward, team needs to be a little bit careful. For our matchups on Scylla, Awelix is an obvious counter matchup, much like the way that Awelix counters any god that is reliant on a leap. Awelix counters Scylla as well. Scylla is no exception. In general, Scylla struggles quite hard against gods with immunity frames. This is another thing that Awelix does in fact have. Gonna use my ulti for the CC immunity and the bonus movement speed right now. I'm just gonna try to catch up to this Cupid over the wall. Not quite gonna be able to reach him. I'm gonna throw down a little defensive too, just to slow people out if they come that way. And then slowly get myself away over here. So Awelix is problematic with the Feather Step. Raven, extremely good against Scylla. You throw out your root cripple to set up. He just uses overhand kick. Uh-oh. You throw out your little root combo. He ultis literally over the top of it and kills you. Uh-oh. That kind of stuff really, really problematic for Scylla. On top of that, the other problem that Scylla has is early game clear. Not the best clear. In fact, I would argue actually pretty bad mage clear until you get your crush basically to max level. This means that if you're going against somebody with really big early mid game clear, you can find yourself in a bit of hurt. Even if they are a late game mage, somebody like a Merlin, while he is a late game mage, he also has extraordinarily good early game clear. So do watch out for anybody like that, whether it's an Izanami in the mid lane, whether it's a Merlin, it doesn't matter. Anybody that's going to have extraordinarily good early game clear, heck, even somebody like an Anubis can try to put you and your team behind quite early and make the rest of the game a lot more problematic for you. So I'm going to start working on a soul gem right now. This soul gem is going to slightly over Catalyst on CDR. That's fine because we're going to be selling our Mage's Blessing next, and we want to maintain that 40% CDR. Soul gem, just a generically good item right now in Smite. Going to give you a little bit of sustain with that heal and a little bit more burst damage. If you get that burst damage on your ulti, just going to once again help you secure those big fat ulti damage and resets. Get ourselves out of that Cupid ult, shall we? Hop over this wall, look for some Cupid action. I'm gonna keep chasing this Cupid while his dash is down. I gotta be a little careful. I got both my actives. Gonna walk right up to him, hit him with a little combo. I'm gonna wait right here. Bada bing, bada boom. So what I did right there is I threw down my root onto Cupid. Then I threw down my crush. I waited to proc the crush because I was pretty sure that Cupid was going to Aegis. Cupid did Aegis, but he Aegis while he was rooted inside of an ability that slows him, which means he couldn't actually get out of the ability. And then I could just simply pop my 2 after he had already wasted his active. You do not have to pop your 2 immediately. If you feel like they're gonna do something like an Aegis to Trixie Hobbits is their way out of the damage. Nothing wrong with waiting an extra second as you wait a little bit longer into your root duration, especially at the end of the game when your root is about 2 seconds long. You can see it's 1.75. You've got some time to work with. Reminder that roots do not get affected by diminishing returns in Smite. So your year 1 when it hits a target will always be 1.75 seconds long. It's not like a Ymir who has to worry about his freeze duration being shortened. It will always be a 1.75 second cripple no matter how much CC they've recently taken. The only thing that's going to affect this is the enemy building CCR. You will not get affected by DR at all. Hit him with a nice little combo right there. Force the Achilles ult. Got the double root on them. They force out a shell as well. And we might be able to keep shoving up this right lane. I'm going to be a little greedy because I do have my beads up. So I'm going to play a little bit of forward on this Awelix. I get the nice soul gem proc. I'm going to use my dash at him and then ulti over the wall, see if I can't catch. I'm not going to be able to. Somebody's TPing in. I'm just going to throw down a 2 right there. So the second that he teleports in, he gets hit by some damage. They've used a lot at this point, and I would honestly like to break out a fight. So I'm just going to sit right here on this wall, see if I can't get anybody to rotate this way. Cupid seems to be a little bit scared. I'm going to try to come around on him, hit him with that root. Not going to be able to get in range. Achilles might be right there around the corner. Just going to dash right over that ability. And now I'm going to sit back. For Scylla's abilities, keep in mind you can throw your 2 over a wall. Your root does not go through walls. Scylla root does not go through walls, but everything else does. Your 2 goes over walls, your 3 goes over walls, your ulti goes over walls. But if you throw your 1 into a wall, you're just gonna be sad because you wasted your root. So no tricksy, you know, Fafnir hammers through the wall or anything like that. Another good trick on Scylla is to not look at people that you want to attack. This might seem kind of silly, but this kind of goes for all characters, particularly gods like Scylla and Thanatos. Sometimes when we want to hit a god, you don't want them to know that you're actually aiming at them. And so the best way to do that is to actually look a different direction and then flick your ability over at them at the last second. This goes more for 1v1s and less in team fights. Okay, had to use my ulti right there for CC immunity because you could tell that the Sobek was gonna pluck me. Tried to use my crush as well as a slow for underneath that tower to try to get him off of me, but I could not stop him from engaging on me. So we've still got the 40% CDR. When we sell our cooldown boots at the end of the game, we'll grab a red pot and we will maintain that full 40% CDR. We've got pretty good penetration with our Ob Shard, and so as we get to this stage of the game, the build becomes a little bit more optional. You don't have to fully commit necessarily to any items. Let's talk about some items that are actually pretty good here. Polynomicon is actually a really good item on Scylla at the end of the game because you root somebody in place, and then you get to auto attack them for free, and you get to guarantee that polyproc every time. That is a wonderful item to build on Scylla. Let's do that one this game. Another great item on Scylla that you can get towards the end of the game is you can still grab a Spear of Desolation, especially if you don't think that you're going to get that red pot online for a while and you're going to be selling that boots for an item. You might want to maintain that full CDR while you don't have your red pot. You can always go a Soul Reaver. While not my favorite item anymore, some games you are going to need more percent penetration, as well as because you're going against extra tanky targets. So if you are going against an extra tanky team, having that damage based off of HP, as well as the extra percent pen, might be very helpful. Earlier today, my ranked team picked a game of 5 warriors because that was apparently a good idea. That's actually a lie. It was 4 warriors and I was a Hades middle. Did we win the game? No, we didn't. Did the enemy team build anti-HP items and pen items? You're dang right they did. You just never know what people are gonna be running. You gotta be prepared for all of it. All right, now we gotta go ahead and be careful. So let's back it on up. I'm gonna finish my Polynomicon. We've got our Sentry Ward out and we're gonna grab a regular ward. I'm gonna throw down my Sentry Ward here in the little crevasse to make sure that the enemy doesn't have vision on me. And I'm gonna throw a regular ward over the wall to try to get vision on the enemy. And the late stages of the game, Scylla, just like every other mage,
Your right tower is under attack.
You're going to be sitting back alongside these walls, trying to get some poke out for your team, watching out specifically for people with things like blink initiations that are going to be able to get onto you. So for me, this game, that's going to be the Achilles and the Awelix, who are just going to try to walk straight at me. I'm going to try to peel a little bit for my Robin here, hit him with a little root combo. Got a lot of damage on the Awelix and a beat, actually, I think. So now I got to be careful because the potential Sobek coming around to me. I threw out my 3. I did not dash to it, but I did bait the Awelix over into that direction. The reminder, you don't have to dash to your 3. You can just use it to get people to juke one way. So you can basically use that Scylla 3 the way that you use a chalk axe, where sometimes you throw out a chalk axe and you run a different way and you don't teleport to it. Same concept with Scylla 3. Sometimes you throw it out one way and you run the other way, so that way they chase you one direction, and if they chase you too far, you can just teleport all the way back to it. Exact same idea.
Light 'em up.
So now we're sitting here at the left Phoenix. We're chilling. We're looking for some big damage. I don't care who I target. If their front line comes forward and they want to get rooted and stuck under tower, that is totally fine by me. So I don't mind just putting some damage onto that. Onto the Achilles right here. Obviously, it's preferable to go for squishier targets, but that is just not always the world that you're living in. Got a nice little root combo on Awelix. I got thrown back into that Cupid combo, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to use my beads and Aegis to live right there, and then I'm gonna quickly go try to defend mid. I'm not even gonna heal up the full. See if I can make it out here and defend this Phoenix with a little combo. We will be able to keep that Phoenix alive for one more second. Try to head myself over to left lane. I'm gonna throw that 3, but I'm actually not gonna teleport to it. I'm just gonna kill the Achilles. Now I'm gonna teleport to it. Looking for the Cupid, hit him with a root, right into the ulti. That's a beads and Aegis that he apparently still had up. He dashed again. I'm gonna try to chase him down, but I'm gonna try to cut him off a little bit. So I'm gonna head over into the jungle. I'm just gonna keep an eye on him. He doesn't have a tier 1 or a tier 2 tower up. He might not even know that I'm here, actually, until that, yep, boom, auto, polyproc 2, just like that. Be able to pick up that Cupid. We got to make sure we're defending the middle lane. Let's try to steal some of their buffs while they're out. So now that I've got my Polynomicon online, my standard combo is going to be 1 auto 2. That way I also get that Polynomicon damage within my combo.
Pain runs deep.
We're pretty much even at this point. So we can definitely look for a fight outside of Phoenix range. It's not like we're super far behind right now or anything. I'm gonna go grab these oracles, which should hopefully give us vision on this gold fairy when it spawns. Should be good timing for that. And now we group up and look for the fight. This team's most of their damage seems to be coming from this Discordia and Awelix. On Scylla, you really want to be sitting around corners and walls, because the second you see somebody like we did with the Cupid, you can just throw out that little root combo, and your little root combo is really gonna kill people. It's extremely strong at this point of the game. This is when you're fully online. Also means that ward coverage is very important as well on Scylla. That's unfortunate. I'm very dead right here. Good blink Awelix combo. As always, like we said, Awelix is a hard counter to Scylla, so you just gotta be a little bit careful with your positioning, but sometimes they're gonna get aggressive on you and you're not gonna have your boys around. So we're gonna grab the elixir of speed. We're gonna get rid of our cooldown boots. With our red pot, we will still have a full CDR. And so we're gonna finish up our build with some more damage items. I'm gonna grab a Doom Orb right here. Doom Orb is also an item that you can grab earlier in the game, particularly if you're not gonna go that Chronos Pendant quite as early. A Doom Orb is a great item to put in there, assuming of course you don't have to get the early Divine Ruin as well.
Follow if you dare.
That was a Bees Aegis on Discordia. She should probably be dead. Fight is not going too horribly at all. Pop that elixir speed. Don't quite have enough money for the red pot yet, so I'm actually going to be at 30% CDR instead of 40% CDR. But that should be fine. We've got creeps pretty much pushed up in every single lane. Gold Fury and Fire Giant are up.
Attack Fire Giant.
We should try to get everybody over to fire. We got 5 people up, 2 of them down. It's the enhanced Fire Giant after the 30-minute marker. The Fire Giant becomes the enhanced Fire Giant, meaning that the effects that it's going to give, the extra tower damage, the extra power, the extra regen, all of those stats are going to be enhanced. On Scylla, your securing combo is you're going to have your 2 down, and then you're going to pop your 1 and your 2 at the same time.
I see you.
Chasing Cupid right through his ulti with my ulti. I'm not even trying to use my ulti here, really. I'm just trying to zone this Cupid out to grab the kill. You saw I didn't want to use it too early. I'm actually going to dash into this Awelix. I'm going to beat and Aegis this. He's going right at me. Reminder that Awelix is root immune while inside of her ultimate. So I couldn't have even rooted him there to keep him there if I wanted to. We've almost got the left Phoenix down. I'm going to start split pushing around the map. I've got the Polynomicon, which means if I can basically hit this left Phoenix 1 time, it's going to go down. Gonna wait for creeps to come into the range. 3, 2, unfortunately, they're not actually going to get in range in time. It's a little annoying, but it's fine. Got to be a little careful now with the Achilles. He blinked in on the back line. 30 seconds on these death timers. We just got to get our boys a little bit farther forward. There's a Discordia on the side.
You're right to be afraid.
Hit. Watching out for the Sobek still. He wants to go very aggressive. That's okay. We got creeps pushing up and right. I'm looking at Achilles. We have forced the Achilles ult, throwing down the 2 over here on the minions while we keep pushing in towards the Phoenix. Quickly gonna get myself over towards that mid lane. Awelix is up in 2, so I'm free to just dash over this wall. Full clear this wave out. Head back to middle lane. Cupid combo is down. I'm gonna throw down my 2 and then try to auto attack the Phoenix, trying to get as many procs as I can out here. Dash away from the Sobek ulti. We're still in an okay spot. Got Sobek with the combo. I know that his pluck is down. Unfortunately, that was a great Awelix blink in right there. And so we might have to actually back up. If Awelix plays too aggressive on this, we could actually turn this one around a little root combo. Jingwei kind of gave away my position. Not as effective as I would have liked it to be, but Cupid actually just dashed away. Oh my god, those creeps just saved Cupid's life so hard. All right, we still got 3 people. We got the emoji heals. We don't have to back up quite yet. You know Discordia is going to be looking for that big fat combo. So we're going to keep shoving it down mid. Polyproc is up. I'm throwing down the 2, but I'm polyprocing over here. We grab the Phoenix. Got to be a little careful on the Cupid. But if we play this right, we should be able to end the game. Our creeps are bugging out. Classic Smite. 2, 1. Polyproc on the Titan. Bada bing, bada boom. We'll be able to put this one away with our Scylla action. So we got a beautiful full build right there. We got all of the Scylla combos, the Scylla action, the special stuff that you're looking to do, guys. Remember, Scylla, not great early game, has a little bit of a harder time with the clear, and then as you get into the ultra late game, she becomes a monster. CDR, important, big damage burst, important, not being late to your Roko scrims, important, guys. And that is our Scylla guide.